www.tailwindtraders.azurewebsites.net. So first of all, let's try to open this and see what is running at this address. You can see it's a very simple HTML-based application, all right, super simple, but it's just to kind of illustrate the point that this website is here and running. In reality, of course, we would have here an actual website. However, if we go to tailwindtraders.xyz, we don't have anything yet. All right, so let's go back to the app service. If we scroll down, we have custom domains, and then we can start by adding a custom domain to this app service. And here we are going to enter the custom domain www.tailwindtraders.xyz. So this is not an apex, all right? This is not an A name. This is going to be a canonical name, a C name, because of the www. Now, if we try to validate that, we see that the validation fails. It's because we have not proven that we own this domain like we discussed earlier. And here we have instructions. So we have this ASUID. This is App Service Unique ID. And we need to enter a new text record named ASUID.ww with this cryptic value that we just saw. So let's open another portal with the domain name services, and inside there we can go and set a new record set. The name of the record set is going to be asuid.www, and for the type we are going to choose a text record, and again ASUID is App Service Unique ID. And then if we were using another subdomain, for example functions.tailwindtrader.xyz, we would use asuid.functions. In that case we want www. So let's paste the values that we copied before, and then we are creating this record set. And so at this point, we can go back to the instructions, and now we see that the other thing that we need to do is create something else, which is a CNAME, which is pointing to the www or the subdomain. So it's a little bit different from the text record that we had before. So let's go and copy this value. All right, we are going to go back to the domain name service, to the DNS portal. Let's add a new record set. And inside there, this time we type www again, and then the CNAME, which is going to point to www.tailwindtraders.azurewebsites.net. So it's a redirection. Now here I'm changing the TTL, which is a time to leave, to 1 second. It's because I want to bypass the cache as much as possible, especially for later for the load balancing demo. Now typically you would set this value to 1 day or 1 week. Like this you have some caching, but here I really want every time that a request is sent, I want this to be evaluated so that we can test the load balancing later. All right, so now this is done, which means that we can go back into our validation. First of all, of course, we need to save the record. And now we see that we have those two values which have been defined. And now we can go back into the app service. Let's go back to the validate button. And this time, after a short wait, because it takes a little time to be propagated, so maybe I need to refresh a couple of times, but after a short wait, we will see that we have proven that we own this domain. And as you can see, we have the availability and we have the ownership. So now we can click on Add Custom Domain. This is going to bring us back into the App Service portal. And after a short wait, if I go and refresh, you will see that now we have two custom domains. We have the original one, which is a default one, and then we have another one, which is a custom domain that we own, but it's not secure at this point. That's okay, we'll do that later. Let's go back to the overview. We can go back to the window where we tried to load our website. Let's refresh that. And now, after a short wait, again, we should get the original page, but this time it is running with tailwindtraders.xyz. It is not secure, that's okay. This will be the point of the next demo. All right, so before we go into the next demo, I would like to talk about security because this is a super important topic. And here we can talk about the Transport Layer Security Certificate. This is TLS. Maybe sometimes you hear about TLS/SSL. SSL is really nothing else than an old version of TLS if you want, which is kind of obsolete. It still works. And so if you have a TLS certificate, it's actually also valid for SSL traffic. But here on Azure, we work with TLS certificate. certificate. And so it is an updated version of SSL, like I mentioned. And it's really a certificate that is used to encrypt